Hi everybody, Dr. Brett. This is part 2 of my 2-part how to prepare ourselves for the vaccine. So the first part we talked about maybe things we want to avoid doing pre, of course, on the day, and then even post vaccination. This one here I want to focus a little bit more on something we can do proactively, so not avoiding but actually proactively going ahead and doing, again, as much as possible before we can prepare our bodies, but certainly again the day before, a couple days before, on the day after, post vaccination as well. So exercise, making sure that we are getting adequate exercise. Now I want to put an asterisk on this one because we want to make sure that it's not something new for us. If we're not used to exercising, I don't want you just going out and doing some vigorous exercise, because that's going to actually increase the amount of inflammation inside your body, which is something we want to avoid completely if we're going to get a vaccination. But if we're already doing some regular exercise, it's a good idea just to have some beforehand, say the day before. And this helps us, we talked about this on the last video, but it also helps us get a good sleep, and that's a very important thing for our immune system. So getting an adequate amount of exercise, again, beforehand. Afterwards, just make sure you're getting enough rest, and then you can start in on your exercise program maybe a day later, 2 days later. That would be fine. But staying in shape, again, as early as possible would be better. But if it's brand new, please don't just start, because it'll affect your immune system and your inflammation. We talked a little bit about this last video, but something about our mood. So we want to avoid, obviously, stress and anxiety and a poor mood. But on the other hand, proactively, we can try and make sure that we are not stressed and we have a positive outlook on this. And we can have our views on vaccinations and whatnot, especially, again, if we're talking to other people and their decision, if that's going to affect their mood, especially on the day or the day before, or maybe best not to say anything. So positive outlook, positive mental attitude, less stress, less anxiety. These are all things that we can try and at least create an environment for, so that, again, the immune response and the vaccine is going to be more effective. Pre and probiotics. This is, again, something we talked about in the last videos, our microbiome, which is in our bodies. We have a lot of bacteria inside. In fact, it's the majority of our cells actually aren't human. It's more of foreign, like bacteria. And this is normal. This is what we want, except we need a healthy balance. That's not always the case in a lot of people. So if you're having issues with your digestion, any gastric problems, this is something that you would see in the bathroom. So if you're having diarrhea, if you're having issues, constipation, this might not be the best time to go and get a vaccine. The other thing is to proactively prepare for it. So you can take some prebiotics, which is anything that the bacteria is going to feed on, even things like apples. There are even special formulas that you can buy that specifically work on it, but fibers, anything with a lot of fiber. And probiotics, you can also buy those specifically, but you can use it in some of the foods that we have the capability of eating, have these probiotics inside, which is things like kimchi, yogurt. Try to get sugar-free yogurt if you can, and sauerkraut. So these are foods just already packed with really beneficial bacteria, and it's a really good thing for our immune system to just put some of that in our body, so that again, we're proactively preparing our body for something coming inside to be able to increase the antibody response and the immune response of the body. So probiotics and prebiotics. Of course, simple things proactively, things like not drinking alcohol, not smoking, and then just not eating sweets. Please avoid sweets, sugars, things like that, and just pack yourself with nutrients. So proactively just eat a lot of good foods, a lot of good fruits and vegetables. And try not to overeat as well. This is not good for the immune system. So if you're having your vaccination in the morning, for example, try not to have a huge meal before the night before. Especially if you're getting like a lunchtime, evening one, don't fill your body up with it. Doesn't even matter what kind of food, but especially the complex carbohydrates. But just when your body is just full, you're also going to have probably a slower immune response because of that. Your body's just concentrating on other things. We wanted to focus in on the antibody production and again the immune response. So make sure you get enough nutrients, but please don't overeat. Some of the supplementation actually that really helps, and this is something that I would suggest you start on right away, even if the vaccination's coming up in weeks. So zinc, selenium, vitamin A and D, these are very powerful immune boosters, and a lot of us are deficient in all of these. And they also help to detoxify. Something else is called, one other key supplement that I want you to look at too is something called glutathione. This is a powerful antioxidant, and it's something that can really help get the immune system ready for this vaccination. So selenium, vitamin A, vitamin D, and I want that glutathione in there as well. So yeah, if you have any more tips or any more suggestions as well, please you can just leave a comment below. Any more questions, please feel free. If this is helpful, please share it. I know again that no matter which side of the fence you're on as far as this vaccination, a lot of us are going to be getting it no matter what, and family members are, especially if they're already sick, they've got diabetes, they've got other health conditions that already are affecting their immune system. These are things that very simple things that we can do to just help that little extra bit, prepare our bodies for this upcoming vaccination. If it was helpful, please share, and thanks for watching.